I'm wondering, a lot of what we've been talking about is, okay, there's a blockchain, people do stuff in the real world, and oh, hey, if we just took that and kind of the same business model, but then just put it onto the blockchain to get some efficiencies, cut out some middlemen, things like that. But are there things that are opening up that are completely new that only can be done on a blockchain, like investment strategies or just types of transactions, that it's not just a better analog of the real world version? It's like do you understand the distinction I'm making?
There's a ton of use cases that could never have been done in the real world that will be done in the blockchain world. And it runs the gamut of investment options. If you think about why we have the 60-40 portfolio, I'll keep going back to that, is because the only two-sided marketplaces with any kind of depth of liquidity you see are stocks and maybe bonds, some bonds, because they're still not a great marketplace. If you can get to scale with enough financial services firms, enough asset managers, enough investors, all together in one place with a regulated construct and a marketplace that allows you to trade both securities and non-securities, crypto, in one place, and you can bind that whole marketplace together with a digital version of money, then you've got, Coinbase 2.0 plus NASDAQ 2.0, all bound with stablecoin 2.0. You need better versions of all three of those, better versions that exist right now. But if you have that construct, everything I do is digital. Everything immediately settles. There's no counterparty risk. My digital dollar yields like a money market every time I hold a dollar. So I'm getting $1.05 a year instead of $1 a year. You don't have to think about moving it into a money market. I can lend against my assets. I can protect against my assets. I can do everything on one platform. That this platform doesn't exist yet. It's going to be built with incredible user experience. And again, my rates will be cheaper. That'll be because a lender will see that I own the Apollo private equity fund and a Blackstone real estate fund, and I have this much cash in a money market, and they'll see a holistic financial picture if I let them. Of course, not everyone, and no one will see it if I don't let them. And they'll say, because these assets, you can use these assets as collateral, and I'm going to lend you, a personal loan might have been 12% if I didn't know exactly what you own, but now that I see your assets, I'm going to lend you at 4%. And these are the sort of killer use cases that don't exist in the TradFi world because of the disparate amount of systems that don't talk to each other. In the new world, when we get there, and I know we will, it's not if, it's when, that UI UX is going to be wonderful, and the amount of understood lending that can go against that is incredible. And that lending can then be used to either invest in the next Apollo fund or put my kids through college or whatever I want to use it for. And again, lower rates to investors and borrowers is a win for everybody. And the only people who lose are the intermediaries. And who feel sorry for the intermediaries, right?
Right. Yeah, it's very exciting. Just because as a theoretical economist back when I was in academia, there would be all sorts of little thought experiments that would come up about social problems. Like, if the government didn't pay for fireworks, how could that happen? And you could say, well, in theory, you could have a contract that if at least 10,000 people kicked in $5, then it would get funded. Otherwise, everyone gets their money back. But it'd be such a pain to set up something. But now it's like these sorts of things are going to be crystal clear and easy to set up. Yeah. That it's just amazing how much is going to become possible because transaction costs are coming down and everything's going to be self-policing and self-enforcing. It's really just, it's hard to even, the mind boggles, as they say, when you think about the future of this. And it's pretty close.
Yeah, it's so much fun. It's the funnest thing I've ever done, the most interesting thing I've ever done. The mind exercises that you can play. I mean, the crowdsourcing of the Constitution, they tried to do that a couple of years ago. I thought that was really cool, right? A bunch of people did get together and put $5 in and tried to buy a copy of the U.S. Constitution. I think Steve Cohen or someone outbid them. But they put in a couple $1 million, and I thought that was a cool use case of that, right?
That's funny. I hadn't heard that one.
It enables really cool things. I mean, things that you never even thought of. And you can just build that. What we're just trying to be is the neutral layer one platform, the operating system, if you will, and people will build really cool stuff on top of it.
Hey, everybody, this is Bob Murphy. Thanks for listening to this clip from the InFi podcast. If you like what you heard and want to hear more, please consider subscribing and share this video with others. We've got new episodes dropping every Friday with more insightful discussions. Stay tuned.